The surface of Howe Sound shimmered under the late September sun, its glassy waters reflecting the rugged, forested mountains of British Columbia. Ethan Harper, a seasoned marine biologist and diver, gazed at the horizon from the deck of his research vessel, the Blue Horizon. His day had begun like so many others, with a plan to catalog marine life in one of the most pristine coastal regions of the Pacific Northwest. Ethan, with more than a decade of diving experience and countless hours underwater, had developed a deep appreciation for the delicate ecosystems he studied. But this dive would prove unlike any other, changing the course of his life forever. Slipping into the water, Ethan was immediately struck by its clarity. Visibility extended over 40 meters, a rare gift in these often sediment-laden waters. The temperature registered a brisk 12 degrees Celsius, the kind of cold that stung momentarily before his wetsuit began to insulate him. Beneath the surface, the world was vibrant and teeming with life. A dense forest of kelp swayed in rhythmic unison with the gentle current, while colorful fish darted between the strands like birds in an underwater jungle. Armed with his underwater camera, Ethan swam slowly along the rocky seabed, pausing to photograph clusters of sea stars in hues of orange and purple. He found himself captivated by a particularly dense colony of sea cucumbers and adjusted his focus for a close-up shot. Suddenly, a shift in the water's current sent a chill down his spine. It was subtle, a faint tremor that hinted at the presence of something large nearby. Turning cautiously, Ethan expected to see a seal or perhaps even a transient orca, both common enough in these waters. But what he encountered instead was far more extraordinary. A juvenile humpback whale, no more than 4 meters in length, appeared out of the blue. Its sleek, dark body contrasted sharply with the surrounding water, and its small, expressive eyes locked onto Ethan's. The calf hovered a few meters away, studying him with what seemed like a mix of curiosity and urgency. It emitted a series of low, mournful sounds that reverberated through the water, then swam in a tight circle around him before darting away, only to return moments later. Ethan froze, unsure of how to interpret the encounter. He raised his camera, instinctively wanting to document the moment, but the calf seemed uninterested in being filmed. Instead, it performed the same erratic movements, as though trying to guide him somewhere. Against his better judgment, Ethan decided to follow. The calf swam purposefully, leading Ethan away from the kelp forest and into deeper, darker waters. As the light from the surface grew dimmer, the sense of urgency in the whale's movements became palpable. It would swim ahead, then pause and look back to ensure Ethan was following before continuing on. After what felt like an eternity, but was likely only a few minutes, the calf stopped abruptly, hovering over a shallow underwater basin. And there, lying motionless on the seabed, was the calf's mother. The adult humpback whale was massive, easily over 14 meters long, but her immense size was overshadowed by her distressing condition. Her body was encrusted with an unusually thick layer of barnacles, far beyond what was normal for a healthy whale. These parasites covered nearly every inch of her skin, leaving only her eyes and blowhole free. She appeared weak, her breath shallow and irregular, and her massive tail barely moved as the calf nudged her side with its fin, as if pleading for her to respond. Ethan's heart sank. He knew immediately that this was no ordinary case of barnacle infestation. For barnacles to accumulate to such an extent, the whale's immune system must have been severely compromised, leaving her unable to shed them naturally. Ethan surfaced quickly, his mind racing. Back on the blue horizon, he grabbed his radio and contacted the nearest Marine Rescue Center. "This is Ethan Harper, marine biologist and diver. I'm about a mile northeast of Howe Sound. I've found an adult humpback whale in critical condition. She's covered in barnacles, barely moving, and there's a calf nearby." The response was immediate. A rescue team promised to arrive within the hour, instructing Ethan to remain on site and monitor the whales. Soon after, the rescue team arrived and began initial treatment for the mother whale. The team worked methodically, descending to the mother whale and beginning the painstaking task of removing the parasites. They used hydraulic scrapers designed to dislodge the barnacles without harming the whale's skin. Ethan joined them, his titanium dive knife in hand, carefully prying off clusters of barnacles. As they worked, the team noticed a troubling swelling on the whale's abdomen. A portable ultrasound revealed the cause: a foreign object in her stomach. Further investigation confirmed their worst fears: the whale had ingested a large piece of industrial fishing net coated with toxic chemicals. These chemicals, including banned substances like tributyltin, had been slowly poisoning her, weakening her immune system and paralyzing her muscles. The rescue team decided to transport the mother whale to a rehabilitation center for immediate surgery. Using straps and cranes, they carefully and gently lifted the mother whale onto the rescue vessel. Throughout the journey, the calf stayed no more than a few meters from its mother, swimming closely alongside the rescue boat. At the rehabilitation center, the surgical team worked tirelessly to remove the fishing net. The operation was risky. The whale's weakened state made her highly vulnerable, but it was her only chance at survival. After several tense hours, the net was finally extracted, revealing the full extent of the damage it had caused. Over the weeks that followed, Luna's health steadily improved. The toxins in her system diminished, her wounds healed, and her energy returned. Kai remained ever vigilant, rarely leaving her side. The day of their release was a moment of triumph. Hundreds gathered on the shore to witness tow a whale to the ocean. As the gates of the rehabilitation pool opened, the two whales swam hesitantly at first, then gained confidence, diving gracefully into the open water. Before disappearing from view, they breached in unison, sending towering sprays of water into the air, a breathtaking gesture that felt like a farewell and a thank you. If you've enjoyed exploring these remarkable stories from the wild, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories from the animal kingdom. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.